Wow, all right, we've got one that counts.
Yes, I know. I was just talking to them about a minion, trying to explain, like, and they're like, minions? Like, then I'm like, no, not like that at all.
No, but that's a much more fun kind of minion.
Happy Thanksgiving, Susan.
Thank you. You too. Did you have a nice holiday?
We did.
Yeah,
We
we
just
just
got
got
home
back
today.
from Santa Cruz.
From where?
Santa Cruz.
And before we got Santa Cruz, we got San Luis Obispo.
My goodness, this
We had a
sounds,
big week.
Yeah.
this sounds so nice.
So
What's your
Dad is
favorite?
unpacking right now, isn't he? Because we're just doing
Because
laundry.
you just got
unpacking.
there.
Literally got home a couple hours ago.
Sad that you signed up Right,
every year for Shabbat.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food? Cranberry sauce. How about
And
you?
cranberry sauce.
And the pie. You guys like turkey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Stuffing?
do you even eat any of the stuffing? Yeah, it's
I
not my favorite
love
either. The gravy was pretty good. Did you have some gravy? But the cranberry sauce is really
I
good.
gave you on top.
Yeah, you had gravy on turkey. Yeah. You didn't even try the gravy, did you? You put ketchup on the turkey. He went to the fridge and got ketchup on his hands. You know, it's grandma's house. You can do that. Yes.
So we had, you know Tori Roman, right?
Yes.
Tori went for the Hanukkah party every year. She brings ketchup for her kids. I want to barf. It's like, seriously? Well, because I get ketchup on French fries, but I grew up in a house where for latkes you had applesauce
Wait,
and sour
Oh,
cream.
she's putting ketchup on for
On
the
the
lot.
latkes.
I think he would probably like that, but yeah, we've never done that.
I would not do that. I would not do that.
And you know, it's not that different than French fries.
Or like tater tots or anything else.
Right.
I have more applesauce than latkes.
Yeah,
That's okay.
that's fine. That's like you're like growing into liking latkes as you're getting older. That's fine.
I've watched that with many children.
Yes. Like you started with only the applesauce and you're slowly eating the latkes. Yeah. But yeah, no, we've never done ketchup on latkes. We have not. Now I understand what you're saying.
Gross. No. Do we think we'll get a minion?
I don't know. I wasn't sure. Let's see.
All right, we're getting closer.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
We need a minion.
That's what we're discussing right now.
All right, I'm gonna be optimistic.
You know, if you serve turkey to people
Yeah.
who showed up.
I don't know. Do you think people are tired of it by now?
Oh, you've never be tired of turkey. Come on.
We just ate leftovers before we came over here, so.
You guys are? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm Sarah. Nice to meet
I'm
you.
Joe Carwat.
Joe, nice to meet you. This is Isaiah and Flora. Your dad is at home unpacking because we just got home, but yeah.
Where were you?
Santa Cruz for my parents. We've been on a bit of a trip for a week. Yeah, my parents are in Santa Cruz. We went down the coast and then back to my parents for Thanksgiving and just got home today.
Great.
Yeah.
So, you like road trips? You are? Yeah. My kids used to love that too.
You stay in your pajamas when you were? My kids love.
When you wake up in the morning,
You
stay
did on
in
the first day
pajamas.
down there. You were in your pajamas on the way there. Yeah.
Oh, pajamas in the car.
Yeah,
Great.
no one
Because we packed all of his pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. Someone's trying to get in, I think. Oh yeah, there you go. Shabbat
Hey,
shalom.
Louis.
You know it.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Yes. Of course.
Shabbos.
Shabbos, hi, how are you?
You went riding with Lenny.
Yeah.
So, did you guys always ride on Fridays, or was this just a special thing?
Well, because it's Thanksgiving weekend, you know,
Oh.
or he was off,
That's right, he's not
we're
always
all
up front.
off, you know. Okay.
I don't know if anybody's turning it on.
I don't know how to do it.
So, Louis, what's news? What's new with you?
Well, that's a light on.
Yeah, I got.
Oh, the
I gotta
camera's already
change
on?
the code here to get back to what was this, 18, 36, 72.
And how come you're not doing the security? On back to the safe.
I did it on, you know, high holidays.
You know, this is actually from Israel.
you found open politics?
Yeah. A little bit.
Anna for mayor?
Enough said.
He's gonna say Oakland.
Are we going bankrupt?
Probably not.
No.
You don't have to pay the fees and.
I think she's smart enough to not do that.
No, I think we should. Okay,
Well, she wouldn't want, that's kind of a black eye.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, I think we should already do this thing.
I don't think she would. By the way, I got a job.
Yes.
Job?
Finally, after 40 years, I
A
got a job.
real job?
A real job.
What, I didn't know you had a job. Wait, so what are you doing?
Go back to work for the district attorney's office.
Really? You gonna prosecute me?
I probably am not gonna have
That's like
James
a
in
pause.
courtroom.
So it's sort of like a vowel. It tells you how to read the word. So it's like love, shalom.
Oh, wow.
So it's the
Probably
lamed,
means
right? And then it's like love, and then it makes it pause.
Legal education for lawyers.
Uh-huh.
That's a vowel too.
So how many
Hours a week?
lawyers do they have at this point?
I may have to work for them.
She's talking about this one.
What's that?
How many lawyers are there?
About 150.
Really? Oh, no, is that many?
But how do you count?
So that's a vowel.
That's
It's
how
like
many.
hey.
Right. And I mean, there's the downtown courthouse, by the way. And then there's a court by the police station. And then there's the 6 in Washington Street.
Oh, 40
I was
days.
gonna
And
say,
then,
right.
yeah, it's
Oh, there's two different ones.
and then there's the Consumer Fraud Division, which has an office,
Yeah, there's lots of dogs.
big office building right in
There's
front.
lots of dogs.
That's
Lots of dogs.
away from the house. And then there's a big office in Dublin, Dublin court, by Central Jail. And then there's a Fremont court, where the DA's office has DAs, and then there's juvenile court in San Diego. So,
Is this a community?
there's people who've done it before. And that may be part of what maybe some other things.
I know.
Well, I want you to know, I have one more part of the case.
So there you go.
And,
Because they didn't have enough
Well,
staff.
but I still haven't got my $80.
Oh, you told the whole story.
No, it isn't.
It's a case of first impression.
Hey.
So,
Hi guys.
ChatGPT represented me.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
it's
go.
very easy to do that.
I've been Google ChatGPT.
Oh, I think it's great.
This is great. Well,
Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. You know you're not allowed to count. So you have to do the knots.
I don't know. I didn't know you weren't allowed to count.
That's one of the reasons that the tattoos were so offensive.
It's like, you know,
There were people who kept track of other people by assigning them numbers. So they didn't like it. All right, let's give it another minute or two and see if we can.
You're the rabbi today?
I play one on TV.
Okay.
There's the TV camera.
Well, it's about time we had a woman rabbi.
So, you know, it's funny because for years it stopped, but for years I got all kinds of mail sent to the temple to Rabbi Susan Simon. And I have them all like tacked up on a bulletin board hoping that that will get me a raise, but it has not worked and I think I'm running out of time. So, yes.
Yeah.
you, Sylvia. All right, folks, come on. It's an awful lot we can't do without a minion.
You still say cottage, right?
You can't say Kaddish, but there are other things you can do. I mean, if we were a little closer, we could give Isaiah a prayer book to hold.
Okay.
But we need to get just a little closer.
How about the Torah?
Actually, Sylvia, how old are you?
Well,
Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. No. So I did that the same way? I already counted you?
here's
Darn.
someone.
Yay! Yay!
Yes.
Magic. I can take out all of my if we don't have a minion notes.
Thank you so much.
Put
Yes.
it away.
Magic number.
So we need you. Read it, okay.
Everybody's needed. All right, we're on page 1. We're going to do some of Yedid Nefesh, not the whole thing. Yedid Nefesh ad harachaman, Yedid Nefesh ad harachaman, Mishoch avdecha el ritzonecha, Mishoch avdecha yalei el ritzonecha, Yarut avdecha kemo hayah, Yishtachave yadai el muhadar recha. Page 3, Lechuna Ranana. Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai Naria, Litzor Yeshenu. Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai Naria, Litzor Yeshenu. Nekad mafanav b'todah b'zmirot narialo, ki el gadol Adonai umelech switch tunes in the middle.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor b'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmianu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shem u'tiferet v'li, la 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 lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mikor ha'bracha merosh mikenem nisucha. So ma'aseh b'machashavah tehila la 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 la, lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela.
Bottom of 17.
Yaminu small, tifrotzi, v'yed Adonai taritzi, al yadish ben parti, v'nismecha v'nagila la 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 la, lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela.
Please rise and face the entrance, and if we're very lucky, the Shabbat bride will walk right in.
Vo'i v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Vo'i chala, bump-a-dum, bump-a-lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela.
And to any mourners among our midst, we say the famous words, Hamakam yinachem etchem b'toch sha'ar avilei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May God comfort you among the other mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. And we're on page 19.
Mizmor shir liyom haShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon, lehagid baboker chastecha, ve'emunatcha baleilot, alei asur ve'alei navel, alei gayon b'chinor. Mizmor shir liyom haShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon.
There's the Shabbat bride. She was just a little late. Middle of page 20.
Tzadik katamar yifrach, keres balvanon yizker, shetulim b'bein Adonai v'chatzrot
rise for the formal call to worship, the Baruch Hu. We'll start with some la-las. La 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 la. Yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai, Aviv Arach. And you can be seated. Page 23. We're rolling right along here. Why don't you read with me together at the top of page 23 in the Hebrew, if you can. We'll go slowly so that we can maybe all keep up with each other. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chokhmah poteach she'arim uvit vuna mishaneh itim umachalif et hazmanim umsader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzonel borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or uma'avir yom umevi laila umavdil bein yom ubein laila Adonai tzvaot shemo El chai v'kayim tamid yimloch aleinu li'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'arim aravim Ahavat olam. Page 24. Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavita Amcha ahavita Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofeinu U'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki hem chayenu V'yorech yameinu Uvahem negei yomam v'layla Negei yomam v'layla Yahavatcha al tasir Mimenu li'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael. Can I have some help for the Shema and the V'ahavta back there in the back? Come on. Yeah? Are you guys wearing kippot? Come on, Sylvia. I know you're now a legal adult, but still. Why don't you stand in the front so that people can see you? These are my groupies. Or maybe I'm like, they're the pips. They're the pips. I'm Gladys Knight in my dreams. All right, we're going to cover our eyes so we can really concentrate on these important words. And you ready? Echad, shtayim, shalosh.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. And we'll continue silently, pages 27, 28, 29. Lima tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kadoshim l'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotziti etem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Sounds good. Adonai Elohechem Emet Yasher Koach Emet Yemanal Kol Sot V'Kayim Alin Kivot Amar Elohim V'Yenzil Ha'Tam. Page 32. U'malchuto bratzum kiblu alehem Moshe v'nei Yisrael l'chadu shira v'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha bailim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh noradilot osefele noradilot osefele ma'alechutecha rahuvanecha bokei ayam livnei Moshe zeili anu v'yamrim Adonai imloch leolam vahed v'nemar kipad Adonai et Yaakov u'galo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch et Adonai Kal Yisrael. Page 33, Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ushmor tzeiteinu uvoenu l'chaim ol shalom Me'ata v'ad olam. Alright, you guys here, you're starting. Ready? Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. It's hard to keep singing the same line over and over again. Top of page 34, because the rabbi is asleep, so I can add this. Ufros aleinu sukkah, sukkah, shilomecha, ufros aleinu sukkah, sukkah, shilomecha. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukkah shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Please rise, v'shamru. A little ruach here. I know we're small, but we're mighty. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. V'ni u'vein b'nei Yisrael oti li'olam, oti li'olam, oti li'olam. V'shamru et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Remain standing, page 35, Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalmad yivarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayedecho beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'yimeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, li'alam u'lam me'almaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yitdaleh, v'yithalal, shemei dekudesha le'elam, min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imeru. Silent Amidah, starting on page 37. Please turn to page 49 for the Matbea Tefillah, the mini repetition of the Amidah. Vayichulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzivam vayichal Elohim bayom hashvi melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi mikol melachto asher asa vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi vayikadesh oto ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim laso. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VaHadorah El Elyon Konei Shamayim Ba'aretz. Page 51. Magen Avot Bidvaro Mechaye Metim B'mamaro Ha'el HaKadosh Ein Kamohu Hameniach Li'amo B'yom Shabbat Kodsho Kivam Ratza Lehaniach Lahem Kivam Ratza Lehaniach Lahem Lefanav Navod Ve'yirav Afachad V'nodeh Lishmo B'chol Yom Tamid Me'en HaBrachot El HaHodot Adon HaShalom Mekadesh HaShabbat Uvarech Shvi Umeniach B'kedusha Le'amidu Shnei Oneg Zecher Lema'aseh Bereshit Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu Ritzei V'imnuchatenu Kachenu b'mitzvotecha V'tein chelkenu b'toratecha Sabenu mituvecha V'samchenu b'shuatecha V'taher libenu le'ovdecha be'emet V'hanchilenu Adonai Eloheinu B'ahava uvratzon Shabbat Kodshecha V'yanuchu v'Yisrael Mikadshei Shemecha Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat. Sylvia, do you want to do Kiddush Shalem? Sylvia, do you feel like you have a choice? Come on up. If I hadn't just heard her do it, I wouldn't have done this to her. All right, page 53. Amen. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Li'olam Olam Me'almaya Yitbarach Brechu Amen. 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 Pastor Koach, you can yell at me later. So about 10 minutes before I came down here tonight, I realized, oh, drosh. So I decided I would steal from I teach a text class Saturday morning, so I figured I could steal from that. And what happens when I start looking things up and thinking about things is my mind goes off down from one rabbit hole into another rabbit hole. So this week's portion is by Yetze, and it's got all kinds of juicy stuff in it, right? Jacob he's run away from his home, he's gone to Haran, he falls in love with Rachel, he ends up marrying Leah, he ends up marrying Rachel too, but it takes him 14 years and then another 6 years until he can pay off his debt for the livestock that his father-in-law gave to him. He's got quite an exciting life, and then it's all this stuff. The 7th Aliyah tomorrow, I'm reading, and it's making me crazy because it's like, and this one got pregnant, and that one gave birth, and this one got pregnant, and that one gave birth, and I can't keep it all straight. So I was thinking a lot about Jacob. And you know, in the Amidah, what did we say? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, blessed are you, Adonai, source of all blessings, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob. Why did we pick those three for this prayer? You know, we're supposed to do the Amidah 3 times a day. 3 times a day, we're supposed to be asking for God's blessing by having God remember Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. Now, we can talk about Isaac, but, you know, he was several chapters ago, so I'm not going there. I'm really focused on Jacob. Was he as great as his grandfather, Abraham? I mean, most of us think that Abraham did some kind of shady things. We'll admit that. We're all humans. But Abraham did an awful lot of really good things. What did Jacob do? Why don't we say Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, assuming we're keeping Isaac in, that's debatable. Elohei Moshe. Was Moshe not the greatest prophet ever to walk the earth? Why don't we invoke Moshe's name? Moshe could not possibly have made God any crankier than Jacob did, or Isaac for that matter, right? So tell me some of Jacob's accomplishments. Come on. He had a lot of children. Okay. He ran away. Is that an accomplishment?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get to the other side in a minute. What else did he do that was fabulous? Well, God was clearly talking to him, you know, with these dreams that he had, right? And he lies down in a place with his head on this stone, right? And he has these dreams. And when he wakes up, he says, this stone, everything here is sacred, and I'm going to build an altar to God. He didn't just say, boy, that was one weird dream, and move on. So we'll give him that. He gave us the 12 tribes. He gave us his poor daughter. Yeah? He wrestled with an angel. We know that later. Anything? Yeah, there's not an awful lot on that positive side, right? All right, how about some of his failures? So Sarah said he ran away. How many times did he run away? Well, he ran away from his family home and his brother in particular, because his brother was going to kill him, right? When else did he run away? Kind of snuck out of his father-in-law's house, right? Like he gathered his wives and their handmaids and his gazillions of children and all of the livestock that he was entitled to, at least in his mind. And they sneak out in the middle of the night. And in fact, Rachel steals her father's little idols, right, that she knew were precious to him. And she steals them. And so what does Laban do? he comes after them. I mean, wouldn't you? Like, if they snuck out in the middle of the night? Well, now we'd probably call them, but no. So he runs after them. And he says to them, what are you doing sneaking out in the middle of the night? And what did Jacob do? I kind of like this. Give me a second. Let me find this. So Jacob lies, right, to his father. He's a man who's easily conned by his father-in-law. He's a coward. He's so terrified of meeting his brother that he seems to hide behind his wives and children when meeting with Esau, not to mention the whole Dinah story where he let his sons bully him into this massacre, right? He's a terrible father. I'm sorry to be so judgmental. I've made my share of mistakes, right? But he shows extreme favoritism to Rachel's children, particularly Joseph. He's not very, he's maybe a bit too trusting. You know, his 11 sons come, well, not Benjamin, but his 10 sons come back from being in the wilderness where they think that maybe they've killed Joseph, and they say, oh, look, Dad, here's his bloody tunic that you made. And they lie to him, and he goes, oh, that's so sad. Right? He doesn't seem to question them. It's not a great obituary, right? What about Moshe? What can you say about Moshe? I'm making a pitch here. This is my closing argument. Come on, guys. What can you say about Moshe? Tell me something good. Woo.
He led the Jews out of Egypt.
He led the Jews out of Egypt. Woohoo! What else? He dealt with those cranky humans for years. It might have been 650,000, or it might have been double that amount. That's a lot of people, and that's a lot of kvetching, right?
He gave us the 10 Commandments to God.
He brought the yes, and he did it twice, right? Right? He would lose his temper, but then he would do some deep breathing and some yoga, and then he could, you know, do it all over again, right? He listened, he took advice from his elders, from his father-in-law, in order to get help in taking care of disputes in the community. So why do we keep referring to Jacob? And why not Moshe? I've read that it's because the covenant was made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And so that's why we refer to them and we ask God to accept our prayers, because he's remembering the zechut of Avinu, the merit of our ancestors. But I don't know. I think that we should be making a plea for Moshe. Moshe does have one prayer that we do routinely as part of the Saturday morning Amidah. Let me see if I can find that, and I'll tell you what it says, because it's actually lovely. It's called Yismach Moshe. Moses rejoiced with the gift that was his portion. For a faithful servant you called him. A crown of beauty you put on his head when he stood before you at Mount Sinai. And 2 tablets of stone he brought down in his hand, and it was written on them to observe Shabbat. And thus it is written in your Torah, the children of Israel shall observe the Shabbat to make the Shabbat for the generations in an everlasting covenant, etc., etc. So he does get a good nod. And if you think that I had an answer to any of these questions, you're absolutely wrong. I have no answer other than I think that God also made a covenant with Moshe. It was the covenant of circumcision that he insisted that he revive, which had probably died during all of the years of slavery. And I think we are so prone to look at Moshe as somebody who we should worship. Just like we can't find his grave. We have no idea where he was buried. So that couldn't become some kind of sacred place of worship. That God has instructed us in these prayers to not make him such an American Idol. And that's it. Come tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock on Zoom for more. Yeah. All right, and that's where my mind goes. We're on page 55. Please rise for the Kiddush. is not Merlot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahavahu v'ratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom tehila lemikra kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim ki vanu b'charta v'otanu ki gashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Oh, my throat needed that. And it's time to bless our children. So if you'd like, you can put your hands on their heads, on their kepelach. And for boys, we say, Yisimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim v'chi Menashe. May God make you like Ephraim and Menashe. For girls, Yisimech Elohim keSarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. May God make you like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. And for everyone, Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine on you and be gracious to you. May God lift the divine face toward you and grant you peace. Amen. Page 57, remain standing. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol la'teit gedula li'yotzer bereshit shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot v'lo hasamanu k'mishpechot ha'adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'goralenu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim livnei melech malchei hamelachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shamayim v'yosei haaretz u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim yimal u'shchinatu zo v'govei meromim hu Eloheinu Einod hem emalkeinu efezulato kakahatu b'torato v'yadata hayom v'hashevoto elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim mimal v'yal haaretz mitachat ein od. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. You can be seated. This week, we lovingly recall the memory of our departed relatives and friends whose yurtzites we observed during the week.
of 9 through 15 of Kislev, and I'm sorry if I butcher names. Harry Barnett, Edward Berkovich, Erwin Bryan, Max Davis, Irma East, Sandy Rosenfeld Emmert, Morris Goldberg, Richard M. Goldstone, Herbert Goodman, Mulva Goodman, Edith Goodwin, Mary Hale, Stuart Handwerger, Rita Heeger, Jeanette Jager, Jacob Carwatt, Sam Katzberg, Alexander Kleinerer, Leon Kraft, Leland Kugelgen, Suzanne Lazimi, Sarah Lichtenstein, Marie Lawrence, Rebecca Millman, Esther Nagar, Esther Nankin, Dr. Morris Resnick, Gunnarsson Rosenberg, Joseph Rosenfeld, Eve Rothman, Stanley Rudy, Joseph Sampson, Mona Scharf, Joseph Shine, Sarah Leah Schneider, Ben Silver, Wayne Stanfield, Ann H. Tanner, Mervyn Tesler, Jacob Waxman, Erwin Wallen, Eva Weissman, Eric Zelenziger, and in recent days, Hinda Pearl Kahane, sister of Deborah Kahane Rigo, and Saul Gittimer, father of Lynn Gittimer. Did I miss anybody? Ask that all people who are in mourning or would choose to stand for the Mourner's Kaddish, please rise. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 61. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah B'alma Divarach Hirute B'yamlich Malchute B'chayechon U'yomechon U'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala U'bizman Kari V'imru Amen. Yehe Shmei Rabbah Mivarach Li'olam Olam Maya Yit Barach V'yishtabach V'yit Pa'ar V'yit Romam V'yit Naseh V'yit Hadar V'yit Aleh V'yit Halal Shmei Dekudesha B'richu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Da'amiran B'alma V'imru Amen. Yehe Shalama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom V'imromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. And may the memories of those you've come to say Kaddish for be a blessing to you always. And let us say Amen. And we have announcements. All right. Tomorrow, services at 9:30 in the sanctuary. Chazanit Yael is going to be leading them. What else is going on here? Text study in the morning. November 30th, Sunday, Shalom Play with PJ Library. And I am not teaching my Aleph Bet class. I'm staying in bed. Beit Sefer resumes this week. We have the weekly text study at the Polista Cafe, and WTBA hosts bingo at Reutlinger Home. Next week is the Bat Mitzvah of Lila Golub, and Shabbat Mishbecha, and Mahjong, and the adult B'nai Mitzvah class is starting up on Sunday, December 7th. So if you haven't signed up and you're interested, you can talk to me after services, or you can just show up. December 8th, TBA Book Club. December 11th, Girls Night Out. Now I have to say this is a popular one. They're doing a cookie exchange, but even better, they do a jewelry exchange where people take your old jewelry, not like your diamonds and rubies, because I know we all have so many of those, but the stuff that you bought years ago and you haven't looked at in a long time, you can go there, you can put your stuff out, and you can take stuff. And whatever isn't donated is given to a consignment place so that somebody can benefit for it. We have a Shara Shabbat coming up and an Ufruf for Debbie Margolin and Josh Fine. Debbie is the daughter of Dawn and Sandy Margolin, who grew up here, who have known since she was that big. We have a Hanukkah party on the 14th, and then, drum roll please, bat mitzvah of Sylvia Gutkin at the end of December. So, a lot of things going on, a lot of things to look forward to. And when the rabbi's here, you know, he always leads some song from some person who died. He has an endless repertoire. And I think he spends more time practicing those songs than he does almost anything else. But, you know, he should be happy. He works hard. So we're going to end with Yigdal, because does anybody know any famous people who died this week? Me either. And I wouldn't know their songs even if you know, you told me. We're going to do Yigdal, but we're going to zip up Yigdal. So, Flora and Isaiah, can you come up here? I'm not making you do anything. I need some help. All right. Can you hand, you don't need your Sidor, you can put your Sidor down. I want you to hand to people, you get to select what it is that they're playing, okay? So, how about for these two? What are you gonna do? Well, it's okay, it's not a major life decision. There you go. All right, cool. All right, how about on this side? What should they get? One of those, okay. And if you want that, you need a, yeah, that's good. Okay, you're welcome. All right, let's go right here. What should she get? If you're going to do those are fun. Get two of them. There's a green one I see down there too. There you go. Yeah, they were one for each hand. All right. How about for this group? What should they get? You can duplicate. Oh yeah, that was cool. Okay. And what else? Good. Okay, this one was, oh, very cool. Very cool. All right, how about for your mom? One of those. All right, and what do you guys want? You want one of those? What else? Okay. This is a lot of take it. You have to take that, and then I guess you should take that stick also. So you could do like a chuck up. That's okay here. Alright, you're gonna hold it. You're gonna hold it by this. Here we go. Alright, everybody's good? Everybody has an instrument? Alright. Alright, I'm going here. We're on page 64. The question is how coordinated we are. Can we sing and play at the same time? Alright. 63 and 64. Ready? Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishabach nimtza v'yeinei el mitzviyuto echad v'yin yachid kehiudo ne'lam v'gam eitzav liyachuto ein lo demut haguf v'yeino guf lo na'aroke lo kedushato kadmon lechol davar asher nibra rishon v'yein reishit l'reishito hino adon olam lechol notzar yored gedulato v'shito shavavenu elko nitanoel anshe sedulato v'tifarto lo kam b'Yisrael k'moshe od navi umavi et temunato Torah Chalipael, Velo Yamigato, Leolami, Nezulato, so Bevio Dea, Sitarenu, Mabi, Lasof Davar, Bekad Mato, Go Mail, Eat Chesed, Kirishato, Yishlach, Lake, I skipped a line, oh well, Yishlach, Lake, Yamin, Mishichenu, Lidot, Mechakekech, Yeshuato, Mekim Yachael, Berochaso, Berochaneon, Shem Tehilato, Mekim Yachael, Berochaso, Baruch Adea, big finish, Shem Tehilato. Shabbat Shalom!
We have to make it check.
You do. I use them for Tefillat Yeladim. In the back for Kiddush.
Your family name, okay, I need to know
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Avoti l'Hashem ba'aretz. Amen.
Alright. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense too, so.
Okay, Bobby.
Yeah, so you got the yeah.
All right. There are few of us, so eat a lot. Probably, you know.
Yeah, well, I just needed that. I just thought, you know, it wasn't like, I'm sure we talked about this.
He's in England.
Where?
Well, that's the last place.
Not that it matters at this point, because there's not much we can do.
But you can't go on Friday night.
Thank you.
I think it's close, but I don't think we made it.
This will be 16. So she will make it. If she comes to one more, then the week of her bat mitzvah, she automatically gets 3.
Okay.
So when we go to Lila's,
I thought you were supposed to do 20 before your thing, but thank you.
That's what I think it should be. But I'm not in charge.
Okay,
I'm just the peon.
okay.
Did you guys have a nice Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we did. How about you?
I did. I was in a sitcom Thanksgiving. I was at a friend's house, and there's something really fun about going to a friend's house because
you don't have to do
their family drama is not your family drama.
I know, yeah.
Oh my God. Yes, they had drama.
Well, during the meal.
Oh yeah. Stepmother got drunk, kept saying all these weird things.
Oh my goodness.
One of the daughters had a hissy fit and didn't eat with us, and it was one thing after another. It was pretty funny.
How is your grandbaby? It's a granddaughter, yes. How old is she now?
She'll be 18 months next week, and she just saw her first snow. They're flying back from Columbus, Ohio, and she's out there, Shabbat Shalom, and she's like this. So cute.
That's so great.
I've decided why you want grandchildren. Sylvia, pay attention.
No, I just told her and she told me to stop telling her.
It won't have any effect one way or the other.
No.
But because you get to see things through their eyes that you didn't see through your children's eyes because it was too crazy. And, watching her like that, all of a sudden snow seems wondrous.
That's so nice. so glad you're enjoying it.
Me
What's her name
too.
again?
Zora.
Sarah.
Which evidently is a common name now, but who knew?
Joe told me she talked to you, but I wasn't here for Lulu's.
And I first of all, so I talked to Adam, and I'm gonna sit with him. Yeah, it's real easy. And I said to Adam, just picture for a second, because it's not malicious,
No.
it's just fun.
No.
And I talked to him and I said, imagine if they distracted you and you got lost.
I mean,
Am I allowed to sit with Lila's friends that are also my friends because we go to the same school?
You mean rather than sitting at the designated TBA, so that's fine.
her best friends are gonna be there, but.
Yes, of course, yes you can,
Yeah.
as long as you're gonna behave yourself.
I will. I'll
You
be
know-
a good example.
Well, one of the things you wanna make sure is that when Lila is leading stuff, particularly stuff where people aren't singing with her, that you knock it off immediately. Right, that's the problem. Many, I told you this, did I tell you this? I've told this story a lot recently, many years ago, when I was a newer Torah reader, and we had two old ladies sitting right at the break that I knew very well, but I wonder how old they were now, because they seemed like they were ancient. And I'm reading Torah, and they're yakking it. And I can hear them, I can't tell what they're saying, but I can hear them. And I got so irritated that I stopped and just stared at them until they shut up.
You're like, what's her name on Broadway? I can't think of her name right now. From Evita, Patti LuPone.
Oh.
You know, she stopped the show like a year or two ago. Stopped the show and said, "Put your cell phone away," in the middle of the show. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's something I would do.
I know you would. Good for you.
But it's like,
When
so yeah, it's hard to, you'll find out, it's hard to concentrate when, if a baby cries,
right.
nothing you can do about it.
Right. I think probably it's like they had the first couple. Well, I mean, I'm sure this happens every year, but they have a couple of services, and then they realize how fun it is to be a class and to be there together.
Agreed.
No,
And
even
then
at Beans it's like weird.
I don't know, but it seems like it got worse. But I can see how that'd be so fun because all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're doing this together.
Yes.
It's like a
I
party.
think August might have been worse.
So one of the things you might wanna do for Lila's, even if you don't do it for anybody else, the last class, every time the student finished the Haftarah, the whole class ran up and congratulated them,
Really?
really.
I
And it
don't know.
was so sweet.
I don't know if we can get her to do that.
You can go,
Yeah.
you can get her friends to go.
Okay. Are you allowed to do that? You're allowed to just run up there?
You can run up there and give her a hug, you bet. Okay,
I feel like I would embarrass her.
then you can tell her.
Yeah, I'll tell her.
It doesn't have to be a secret.
Yeah, I'll
All I'm saying is, it's not a play, right? Where you have to do certain things and say certain things at